So hi, before I hop into this video, I just want to mention that there might be some audio issues in the first... Well, actually, there are a couple of parts where there might be audio issues throughout the first part of this series. This is Buried. I'll explain what the game is in the actual video, so don't worry about that. However, I will admit that this did not go smoothly as I would have hoped. I had audio issues, and then I think I had an encoding issue for the first part of the video. But it looks okay, so hopefully it's fine. But other than that, I hope you enjoy the story anyway, and I promise that for the rest of the series, I won't have this issue. Bye, y'all. Alright, so, hi. I'm not very good with intros, at all. But I'm playing something that I think really deserves more attention than it got. I think Markiplier played this game, which is how I found about it, but this game is called Buried. It's an interactive story, so if you've never heard of it, it's not very big. It came out in 2016. It's a visual novel, yes, and there's going to be a lot of reading here. So there might be times where I need to take a water break or something along those lines, but Buried is an interactive story. The plot will change based on the choices I make. The story is broken into 5 chapters. You can play straight through or at your own pace. There is no waiting and there are no pauses. Choose wisely. I am going to begin. I open my eyes, and the first thing I want to do is scream. I'm flat on my back, and everything seems to hurt. The trees overhead look familiar. It's a clear night sky, almost beautiful. Except for the fact that this means I've been out cold for at least 6 hours. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but... Ooh, sorry about that. There I go. I'm okay now. But there's something wrong. I don't remember what, but something happened, and my head hurts, and a ringing in my ears. Was there an accident? An explosion, I think. I remember Dennis screaming, but after that, I can't remember. As I sit up, I notice that my hard hat has been thrown off. I look around the area, but it's not here. It feels strange to go anywhere without my hard hat, but I've got to find the other members of my crew. They could be in danger. Here's the first choice. Starting off pretty strong here. So, if you don't know, in the synopsis of this game, that we are Roger Hastings. That is the character we play as. That is our protagonist here. His name is Roger. He's just an ordinary logger. So just keep that in mind. So that's... I am going to search for my hard hat. I think that's something that we should have. I get up on shaky legs and look around for a moment. The few nearby trees look to have been splintered and broken at the base recently. They certainly weren't like this earlier. Searching for the hard hat rather feels normal. It makes me feel like maybe there isn't something wrong here. I see it behind a fallen log, about 10 feet away from me. How it was thrown so far is beyond me. Driven by nothing more than habit, I walk over to it, pick it up, place it on my head. Next, I walk over to the center of the logging site and don't like what I see. Continue. Like I said, loggers, so these guys have equipment. The logging site looks like a bomb was detonated right in the center. I don't know where to start. The one load we had managed to stack on our truck for the day is overturned. The trailer bent and the logs hanging off the back. Where the hell is everybody? My head is killing me and this ringing in my ears. I can't hear anything. Not birds, not my footsteps, nothing. Makes me wonder if I had my head after my hard hat flew off. I run through a quick mental checklist to make sure my brain is still working. My name is Roger Hastings. I'm 41 years old. The year is 2017. Obviously, this game was released in 2016, if I recall correctly, so it's in the past. I own a small logging company, and we've been logging in this strip of Kentucky woodland for almost a month now. Okay, so my brain works. Oh, I don't want to look at anything yet. My brain works. That's a relief, but it also makes me fearful, because something is certainly not right here. I look around the logging site, my mind trying to figure out what has happened. Just about every piece of equipment has been overturned or tilted. Look at the debris, look at the truck. Why would we look at the debris? I'm gonna check that out first. Let's see what it says. There are bits of debris everywhere. There are fragments of the 5-gallon bucket I keep over with wagon, a leak cloud train, and an overturned gas canister. Had there been an explosion, all the fuel on site would have started a fire. But there's no charring, no burning, nothing. I'd walked through the area where Dennis had been working. From the looks of it, he'd been moving slowly. He'd only taken down 4 trees today. His metal lunchbox is open, an indicator that he'd been taking an early break. But he's not here. No one is here. Where the hell is everyone? I could try making a call on my cell phone, but its battery is already running low. Not that it matters, the reception is crap out here. Let's try and call someone. Pull my cell and try and make a call to Frank. Rings goes his voicemail. Before I can leave a message, my phone goes dead. Gotta charge your phone, Roger. Great, I hope I don't need my phone anytime soon. Might as well start walking. I doubt we will, but that way is almost a mile back through the woods, down the gravel road we used to reach the site. Maybe the crew ran that way for help? But why would they have left me? Were they scared, out of sorts? Well, I mean, an explosion. Or something. Some kind of explosion, although apparently it didn't blow up the fuel, which is weird. I would be pretty freaked out if a random explosion went off at my work site. Maybe I can catch up to them. But with my truck turned over on its side, it looks like I'll be walking. My God, I can't remember what I was doing before waking up on my back. Wait, what's that? Underneath the bulldozer. Oh my God, it's a leg. It has to be either Tony or Dennis. The dozer looks unstable, like it might roll some more. Might not be safe to get close, but at the same time, I can't just leave him there. Go look or stay back. Oh, that's not optimal at all. I'm going to look. I don't. Do I really want to? Yes. Let's go look. Hey, I yell. Are you okay? Are you alive? Holding on to my hat, I skip over the wrecked equipment and stray logs to get closer. I can see a bit more of the leg. The jeans are soaked in blood. I recognize the work of its boots. It's clearly Tony. His leg is bent at an impossible angle, nearly crushed flat. The closer I get, the more apparent it becomes that Tony didn't survive. I'm not going to pull it out. I think we've already messed around with this enough. Yeah. Plus, I don't know what's gonna happen if we try to. So I'm just gonna leave it. There's nothing I can do for him now. I start to back away slowly. In my shock, I stumble back, nearly tripping over one of the stray logs. My head collides with one of the logs as I bite the ground. My hard hat does its job. Thank God I decided to look for it earlier. What's more startling is realizing that Tony is dead. Looking at him, I feel something rising up in my throat, and I don't know if it's a scream or vomit. But I have to push it away. If I lose my cool right now, there'll be too many questions that'll go unanswered. Shit, I can't believe this. Tony, he had 2 boys. He coached his oldest son's baseball team. He was the hardest worker I had and one of the most honest and reliable men I knew. This isn't right. I can't stay here. I have to find Dennis, Frank, and Joe. I have to find out what happened here. Okay, just a second. And while I figure out what's going on with this recording. Okay, we should be back now. Sorry about that. Once again, this is buried, just in case, I don't know why I would make these separate videos, but turn down the lights and listen closely. You're in for a wild ride. So last time we left off there, I'll probably just edit it together, so we're at the logging site, just keep that in mind. As I walk through the stacks of logs in the last week or so of work, everything feels frozen. This high-pitched sound in my ears, it's terrible. It keeps happening every few seconds and sounds like it's coming from far away. I can't help but wonder, is it my ears or is it something else? The silence out here is creepy, and there's a smell, like the atmosphere after a bad summer storm. I might as well admit it, I'm a little scared. Everyone is missing and it's dead quiet out here. There doesn't even seem to be a breeze to rustle the leaves and branches. My right knee hurts like hell. My head was hurting so bad before that I never even noticed the pain in my knee. I must have heard during the what? Accident? Or... Wait, is that Dennis? I see him sitting on the ground, motionless, about 30 feet away. This isn't gonna be like The Walking Dead. I'm just gonna walk up, right? He's sitting there, not moving. I walk up slowly next to him. Dennis, hey man, can you hear me? I tap him on the shoulder. He looks up at me from the ground, clearly coming out of a daze. Yeah, Roger, I hear you. Dennis is built like a wrestler and has a tough personality to match, but in this moment, he looks disoriented and even a little anxious. Though I'm glad to see him, the fear on his usually confident face is alarming. What the hell happened? What's going on? I don't know. The crew is missing. An explosion, I think. Well, I feel like this would be lying to him, right? Because we already established a moment ago that if it was an explosion, the fuel that's on site, this is a logging site, so the fuel would have blown up as well. I think it's best if I just say I don't know. Missing? Where do you think they went? I'm not sure, I say, but it has me pretty freaked out. Something's not right here. So sitting on the ground, he looks around the woods as if he's just now understanding the severity of the situation. The equipment was overturned. The dozers too, I say, shifting my hard hat and wiping my forehead. You okay? Yeah, just shaking up. Me too. This might be the most intimate conversation Dennis and I have ever had. Well, he and I have always been on good terms. We've never been particularly close. I've always respected him, though. Sure, he's come to work a few times looking like he'd been in a bar fight the night before. But I've also seen him do an enthusiastic impression of a dinosaur as he played with Tony's kids while they waited for his dad to finish up his shift. And then it hits me. Dennis and Tony were good friends. Tony is dead. I'm not sure if I want to rattle him on news of Tony's death right now. Not before we know what's going on. But he has a right to know. Tony's dead. Don't mention Tony. I do think we need to tell him that Tony is dead. I can't. You were up front with Dennis about Tony. His eyes fixate on me, startled. He was crushed under the dozer. He pauses for a moment, like he's trying to understand what I said. His eyes narrow and his bottom lip quivers. Shit. And I can tell he's almost fighting back tears. He and Tony have been tight, almost like brothers. Hey, he adds quickly, as if trying to escape reality. At Tony's death, did you see that light? No. What did you see? I don't even know, Roger. It was like this flare of white light. It came up right out of the ground, like an explosion. So there was an explosion. Maybe it was some equipment, or there was no equipment. Dennis interrupts, agitated. This huge ball of light came right out of the damn ground. What did it look like? Where did it go? Where did it go? That might be important. I don't know. Where did it go? It just shot up into the sky until it was out of sight. When? I'm not sure. I had finished about 10 trees for a day. I was about to top them. That's when it happened. You were almost done with 10 trees, I asked. Yeah, he says, looking at the ground. You know, I wouldn't want to take a lunch break till I was done. That's when the light blew up. Why? You don't believe me? I believe you. I think you're exaggerating. I really don't think now is the time to talk about the amount of trees he cut down, because Roger said a moment ago that he only cut down about 4. I don't know if I can, let me see if it says it back here. No, but I haven't recorded that earlier. He had said that, or Roger had noted there was only about 4 trees down. But, hey, you know what? Everyone has off days. Whatever, man. I believe you. You believe Dennis's story. He saw what he saw. He has no reason to lie about this. My God, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. But if I'm being honest, it scared me pretty bad. And if it's all the same to you, I'd like to get the hell out of here. We will stand up and start heading towards the road. It isn't until we start moving that I see Dennis is wounded. His right side is coated in blood, the red seeping through his blue work shirt. There's splatters of it here and there, and also a very large red splotch that makes me worry. Are you in a lot of pain? How did you get that injury? I think I know how you got that injury. Are you in a lot of pain? I've been better. I don't know how much longer I can stay on my feet. Understandable. What happened? I'm not sure. I must have gotten thrown or somehow hurt from that light. Yeah, so did I. You might notice the strange ringing noise is still filling the air. Ooh. Hey, do you hear that high-pitched ringing noise every once in a while? Dennis looks scared when I ask him this question, and he just nods. I thought it was just me. He looks out of sorts and uncertain. I've never seen him like this before. It's obvious that he's just looking for reassurance. Even though I'm his boss, there's something very unnerving about this. We'll be okay. It's probably nothing that's freaking me out. I should probably reassure him. Let's be realistic. I might as well try to be empathetic. Out here in the middle of these roads, the ringing could be anything. Maybe a car alarm from through the woods or something. Still, even my passive comment seems to reassure Dennis. It looks a bit calmer, more relaxed. We both start moving forward and don't say another word. Did you try to call Frank? I know you had his cell on him today. I can't. He was in my battery trying to call you earlier. Something I know something makes you stop. A 10-foot wide hole in the ground. But there's no straight piles of removed dirt or rocks. It's clean, smoothly dug, cutting into the earth. Wide, but only a few feet deep. It looks unnatural, like the ground was just deleted. No shovels or diggers used. This looks like the same kind of hole where I saw the light come from the ground, he mused to himself. I say nothing, my mind is spinning, but I don't know what to think. We need to get out of here. At that moment, the ringing noise carries through the forest again, sending a shiver down my spine. Dennis is right. There's something strange going on, and we might not be safe. That ringing sound could be a clue to where the rest of the crew went. I'm not really hopeful. I'm not hopeful, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that person, but I'm not hopeful for the rest of our crew. I think let's get away from here. You decided to avoid the sound. With that, we turn and start walking towards the west, in the direction that I'm pretty sure leads to the road. Okay. Let's continue. Not done with chapter 1 yet, so I'm not sure how long these chapters are. There's 5 total. I don't know if I'll make 5 different videos. I'll do. It's sort of embarrassing. I've been a logger for nearly 15 years, but I'm finding it easy to get lost in these woods. Trees are so thick in places that the moonlight doesn't even reach the ground. It's so easy to get turned around. My only hope is that I can find the overgrown dirt road that'll lead us back to the highway. You sure we're headed the right way? Pretty sure. I turn to him and see that he's clearly in pain. It's at this moment that we come upon another one of those smooth holes. This one is even stranger because a nearby tree also has a chunk cut out of it. The arc goes smoothly through the ground and then up through the trunk, like a cartoon wrecking ball blasted through both of them. What the hell are these things? He takes the down into his hole, his boots creating a impression in shape like footprints in a sand dune. I'm gonna walk around the perimeter. That does not seem safe. And running, I don't care about the perfect shape. That doesn't seem safe. Amazed how smooth it is. Even rocks that are under the earth have been sheared to fit the spherical shape. But as I'm noticing this, I notice Dennis's feet start to sag. Dennis, get out! I start, but I don't finish. Before he can react, the ground is giving away and he's falling. I try to slip back, but the fissure that opens up disintegrates the ground beneath my feet as well. I cry out in surprise and can barely hear Dennis letting out a curse as we go down into the earth. Continue. The fall isn't a long one, but when I hit something a few seconds later, it hurts like hell. The wind goes rushing out of me when I hit, and a sharp pain flies through me. Uh-oh. What the hell? I say once my breath is back. Beside me, Dennis slowly rolling over to get to his feet. I look up to see the hole in the ground where I fell through looks to be about 10 feet over our heads. It's dark, but there's a small flicker of light further into the cave ahead of us and a solid wall of rock behind us. So the only ways out are further down into the cave or up to the way we fell in. Dennis might be able to boost me up there, but with this injury, I'm not sure how stable it is. He might drop me. Into the mysterious cave does not sound like a good idea. Let's see if we can get out. I doubt it, but we'll see. Think you could hoist me up there? Asked Dennis. Sure, he still looks out of sorts, but he weighs at least 30 pounds more than me. I'd have a hard time trying to lift him. We could try. Drop someone knee and cup his hands together, making a small platform. Step onto him and he lifts me as well as he can. When I'm off the ground, his other hand comes up and catches me by the waist, and then both his hands are on my waist. He lifts me up and I'm able to just barely grab on the edge of the hole. I feel the grass on my fingers and the dirt in my fingernails. At the moment I'm about to pull myself up, the ground beneath my hands gives way and I go falling. Like Dennis on the way down, we both got on. Ah, crap. Whoop. I feel my ankle oh no. It was a dumb idea anyway. It looks like we're going that way. Ouch. Alright, take a closer look at the light further ahead and realize it's artificial. What? There's artificial light down here. We'll start heading towards it instinctively. So we step in the light, panic gently nods at me because what I'm saying makes absolutely no sense. It's no longer a cave or a hole. It's a sparsely lit corridor. Before I continue, just a moment while I... Okay, let's try this again. I don't know why, but make sure. It's a massive corridor, in fact. It seems to go on forever. The corridor is mostly dark, with emergency lights every 10 feet or so. I turn to my left and see that there's a door which appears to lead upwards to the outside. It's locked tight. I push as hard as I can, but no luck. Dennis, help me with this. Comes over and we'll try to kick the door open, but it doesn't budge. For some reason, someone doesn't want people getting out of here. Looks like we're heading down this hallway. Tiptoe I don't understand this choice. I'm curious. I'm gonna tiptoe quietly. Let's be stealthy. Feel like a ghost. like I truly have no business being here. Dennis leans on me for support. We move slowly, our feet not making a sound. If anyone is in here, I want to make sure they don't hear us. Step forward as softly as we can. As I carry Dennis to the far end of this otherwise featureless place, I see a flight of concrete stairs leading down. I have to sit Dennis down on the floor. His weight is killing me. Plus, my ankle really got banged up when we tried to climb out of the hole. It needs a break. Well, damn it. Dennis, are you okay? Stop worrying, man. I'll be okay. Just need a minute to rest. But looking at him, I'm not so sure. Makes a little ringing noise every so often, coming from somewhere near. I look ahead, the concrete stairs pointing towards them so that Dennis sees them. Can you make it down those stairs? He stands up slowly and is visibly making an effort to not fall back down. Yeah, he says, and sounds a little irritated. He starts for the stairs without me, and I have no choice but to follow. I approach the stairs, and by just looking at them, I get the sense that we're crossing some sort of line here. There may very well be no going back. Not much I can do about that. It's not like I have a choice to not go down the stairs, right? And we don't have any other options, I think. As I head down the stairs, I noticed that they looked aged. That damned ringing noise is somewhere below, louder than ever. It feels like I'm walking down to the cellar of a haunted house, the light becoming scarce as the stairs take a slight turn. I can feel the temperature drop. Dennis makes it a few steps down before he's leaning on the wall. He's breathing like he just finished a marathon. Well, obviously we're gonna give him a minute. Let's take a break. I say, putting my hand on my shoulder to help steady him. Thanks. I don't feel too great, boss. We'll squat down and stare, and my mind seems locked in the unknown fate of the rest of the night crew. Frank is married and I met a wife a few times, a nice woman with a huge laugh. My heart sags a bit when I realize I might never again get to hear him belting out classic rock tunes during lunch break. Joe. Well, I don't know too much about him. 22 years old and is considering community college. His folks are deadbeats, so he's been providing for himself since the age of 16 or so. Maybe I can still find them and still get to hear Frank sing in his deep baritone voice after a few too many drinks. After a few moments, Dennis says, "All right, let's keep going." We both stand up, leaning onto each other. I have Dennis stay behind me as I stick my foot out and search for the next step. I can't help feeling like a child as a very powerful fear seizes me. I'm expecting a monster to reach out of the darkness, slicing into my throat. After what feels like forever, we come to the bottom of the stairs. We're closer to that ringing noise now. The door sits securely in the wall, and it looks just at a place down here as I feel a sliver of light sleeps through, illuminating the area. The door is what looks like a panel with lots of labels and lights. Small embossed print above the panel says Level 01 entrance gate, transport sector. There's a button with no label. Let's inspect the panel? We're not gonna... The panel looks like a diagnostic or alert system of some kind, each label meant to communicate some status. Lockdown engaged, experiment in progress, shutdown engaged. Those all appear to be off, but one of the phrases has a slowly blinking red light next to it. The only powered light on in this whole thing. Abnormal entity breach. What the hell? As the liquor store open where Dennis suddenly steps in front of me, taking the lead. Let's go. I want to find out what the hell this place is. As Dennis walks through, that ringing or beeping, whatever it is, gets a little louder. The door closes behind us with a click. I can't help but notice the wobble in Dennis's step as he lets out a grunt. You sure you're healthy enough to keep going? Doesn't matter. I don't want to be in the woods right now. He seems scared. Something I've never seen before. Angry, yes. Upset, yes. But Dennis is never scared. What's so dangerous? What did you see? I don't know what it was, boss. Like someone left the radio on. Crackling. But we don't have any radios at the site. It was... I don't know. It was like something in the forest was moving. I give him a doubtful look as he casts his eyes to the ground, frustrated. I know how it sounds, but I know what I felt. It was like walking into a funeral parlor, feeling death and gloom everywhere. I've been so preoccupied in my own fear that I nearly forgot about the ringing noise. It had just become background noise. Take a few more steps, and I can now see where we are. It makes no sense, yet another thing that simply seems out of place. The shapes and muted colors of metal are easy to identify, but it just doesn't belong here. End of chapter 1. So that wasn't too long. Just 3 recordings overall, and I just have to put them together. But that was Respect the Dead. I did leave Tony's body where I found it. You and 36%. Wow, a lot of people did not. Wow, okay. He's not resting in peace then. Secret Selves up front with Dennis. I trusted Dennis. Curiosity. We did not investigate the ringing sound. We split. So, there are 5 total chapters in this. I think I'm going to leave this off here. Only because I had some issues with the audio in particular, and so that's gonna take, it's literally the only editing I'm gonna have to do for this video, because you can't edit. You really should not edit these games, or especially Buried, because not every slide, but every time you advance, there's always something important on every single one of these lines, or at least something worth paying attention to. There's something that's actually valuable to the story, and so for now, I'm not going to begin chapter 2. I am going to wait. I don't know if there's anything I need to do here. That's fine. No, nothing I really need to do here. I'm assuming I can just leave this here, and the next time I open the game, because I am going to close the game for a bit, and the next time I start up, I can begin chapter 2. So for now, that is going to be where I end off. I am going to start chapter 2 next time, because, yeah, I gotta fix stuff now. But yeah, this is off to an interesting start, and yes, don't worry, I am gonna do chapters 2, 3, 4, and 5 pretty soon. When, so far, everything in this game has just been unsettling, which I think is the point. Nothing too scary has happened yet, but I'm still looking forward to seeing how the rest of this plays out. So, yeah, that's all I got for today. I hope that the rest of your day is safe and sound, and stay cozy, stay safe, and I'll see you all next time.